Hello, David Dudley. This is Bass and Gal Barbara, and this is in response to your video that you posted about why women have not come out on the professional tours and kicked butt. And I have an answer for you. Probably gonna get a lot of heat for it because the answer is gonna come probably as a complete surprise, but the Lady Bass Anglers Association, which is the LBAA and the only women's professional tour right now, we have talked about this so much, and I'm telling you that this is at the top of the list, so you're gonna have to bear with me. And let me just tell you, I absolutely love you, so I want to say that first and foremost. Okay, so to address your reasonings first, it has nothing to do with muscle memory or our abilities to cast as far, or whether or not to use a wacky rig or a Nico rig or a crankbait or a rattle trap or a jerk bait. None of that matters. Do we stay here? Do we go to this place? Do we fish shallow? Do we fish deep? None of that matters, because if you're struggling with those kind of decisions, it doesn't matter if you're fishing against women, if you're fishing against men. That's just a general, just general decision making, I have to improve type thing. And we all learn those lessons no matter what. So it has nothing to do with that. When it comes down to money, we all could use more money. That's standard. Anybody who fishes the tour, no matter what tour, we all could use more money. And this is not even the top of the list, but it is harder for women to get money sponsors, as far as like, here, we'll help you pay your entry fee, we'll help pay for gas in your boat, and stuff like that. But that also is because that women aren't fishing as many tournaments as the men and different things like that, which goes right with the next thing. And the main reason that women are not competing in those big tours like the FLW and the Bass Masters and stuff like that is pretty much summed up in, I guess you would say, in societal expectations, which it's broader than that though. Okay, so you think about the FLW, Bass Masters, whatever. Think of how many tournaments are fished in 1 year for one of those big tours, okay? I think it was Kevin Van Dam or I think it was Kevin. He had said, he's on the water like 300 days a year. And with there being that many tournaments, I mean, think of when women come out of college. I'm trying to explain this because I know that I'm going to get a lot of backlash for being the female that comes out and actually says this, because we've actually put this on a thread and on Facebook one time, and it did not go well. So me putting it on a video is probably not going to go well either. But it is how it is. At any rate, so when a woman comes out of college, obviously, even if she fished as a college angler, you know, she may or may not get some sponsorship to fish some tours, but more than likely, she's not going to jump right into going to the FLW, Bassmaster, you know, whatever. Like, you know, Jordan Lee. I mean, he jumped straight from college and went straight into the Bassmaster Classic, you know, and then look, he's done awesome. You know, could that happen to a female angler? Absolutely. And if it did, what would happen to her if she got married and had a baby? Would that change things for her? From her family's perspective, probably. Even if she was making good money. Can you imagine her going and spending 300 days on the water still? With a baby at home, with a newborn, with a 2-year-old? Can you imagine what her in-laws would say to her husband? You're letting your wife do what? She's going where? Well, who's taking care of the baby? Well, Mom, I thought I was going to try to, or could you come and babysit? Well, what kind of mother is she? I mean, seriously, realistically, can you imagine that conversation? She just had a baby and she's going to go back out on tour? Even if she wanted to. Think of how people might view her. It'd probably be pretty rough for her with her family. But even if it wasn't, most women are not going to want to do that once they have a baby. She's going to want to be home with her kids. She's going to want to be home to raise her family. Nobody's going to raise her family better than her. So then you take all of those years away because she is not going to commit to a tour that fishes 12 tournaments a year. She's not going to do it. Is there a female on the planet that will? Yes, absolutely. But is the female that will make that commitment, is that same female the one that you're talking about? The one that is good enough to come out there to kick your butt? The one that has the money and the grit and the ability and the passion to come out there and kick your butt? I mean, you're talking about starting with such a small group of women to begin with, because there's not as many women who go after that dream to begin with. And then more than likely she's got to not have kids, you know, or agree to leave them at home with somebody else while she's on the water, 300 days a year? 200 days a year? Still too much. And she's got to have the money. And she's got to have this insane amount of not even passion. She's got to have passion, drive, grit. And I know that you said intimidation. These women are not intimidated, but it's not even like she's got to not be intimidated, just confident and, ready and prepared. So there's like all these other qualities that she's got to have in one person to be able to fit the one person that you're talking about. So that's a very small pool to come from to begin with. And I'll tell you, I think it can be done, but most of the time, the pool, the capabilities of women having the freedom to do that is later in life. Families raised, the jobs coming, to a close, retirement. I would love nothing more than for a woman to come out there and just kick butt on that tour. But I know all of the things that have to be met in order for that to happen, and that is a lot of that is a lot for a woman to be able to do younger in life. And so yeah, I don't know, but I will tell you this, and this is where I want you to respond, because I'm going to challenge you, okay, to show you how good these women are and how you're probably pretty lucky that they're not competing, because there's a lot of women that would be on there stealing your money. If you will put on a tournament, just one, between the states of Kentucky, so we'll say like Kentucky Lake area, and Sam Rayburn, somewhere between there. One tournament, get your boys, I'll get some girls, one tournament, and we will hash it out and we'll see what happens. That's my challenge, because they just can't fish all those a year. And that's what makes a women's tour so great, is because they can have 4 tournaments a year, one of which is the championship, and it's so much more feasible for them financially. They're not neglecting their family. They have the vacation time. It's just so much more realistic for them. So be nice when you're commenting on my video. I'm just telling you how it is and what we've talked about on the ladies tour. So be gentle, be kind, don't come at me too rough. I'm just trying to pass along some information that I found out. And David, set up that tournament and we will have it. We will have it. And I will have some girls kick your butt. They would love to. And everybody, I hope that 2020 is going to be a kick butt year. For the ladies, make sure you are following the ladies playlist, because there actually is a lot happening for women this year. A lot. So stay tuned. Thank you, David. We love you. Mwah.